I secured a position as a Band 5 musculoskeletal physiotherapist at a private clinic. I got to know a lot of things about NHS which I never knew. And I have seen my LinkedIn DM box filled with messages of other colleagues, CEOs, employers, everything because of you, which seemed impossible like before. We all think that we don't need help. After giving thousands of applications, I will definitely land on a job. But with those thousands of applications, there is one other scale which is going up, and that is your
Hi,
time.
welcome to Physio Podcast Success Stories. Tell us about the success that you have achieved in record time. What is that success?
I secured a position as a Band 5 musculoskeletal physiotherapist at a private clinic. I have always been aiming to land on a full-time job as soon as I got here in UK. I was a bit more struggling with the part-time and the self-employed and was switching between that. But with the help of the course, the training, meetings, inner circle calls, and obviously talking with you, helped me to secure this position successfully, and that too in a really good time frame because that's what is something I was personally looking for.
So, since you enrolled into PhysioForge formula, how long did it take for you to get this success?
I first met you virtually, obviously through the Instagram account, and I was constantly looking at your programs, your group chats, and everything. And all of a sudden, one day, I thought that, okay, I have been aiming and eyeing this person a lot, and now I have to attend one of the masterclass. And I think it's all right to attend one masterclass. That's where everything changed, to be honest.
You told about your success story that you landed in a Band 5 physiotherapy role in a private clinic in 4 weeks, did you say?
Yes, in just 4 weeks, as soon as I joined the course, and I actually couldn't believe on myself because it wasn't just one employer or one application that revert me, but it was like couple of them, and all of the all of the stuff that you said during the inner circle call, during the modules as well. Like for example, it's just something that I have to say on top of my head. For example, as basic as the LinkedIn optimization or modulation of your profile, people will be very curious and they will have an eye on you. And it was very simple, but I never thought it of that thing before. I was always constantly applying for jobs, sitting in a room with four walls, doing nothing and not even revising, at some point, not even revising my CV. But what you have done with your course, and what are the modules in it that helped me immediately, like when I applied after the session.
How long were you actually trying to get into this job before you met me?
I will be very honest, over a year, I was like more into getting into a full-time physio job because I was doing masters in sports therapy, and they have a sort of sports massage thing, soft tissue therapist and a sports therapist kind of situation, which is quite different what from what we physios do. And I have been getting roles from that part of side. But I have always, like since 1 year, I have always been like I want to get a full-time physio job. And as soon as I go into the market, I start applying through the jobs through Indeed, LinkedIn, track jobs. It's always like it gets rejected, or I either get up into a self-employed or a part-time job. So that is something that I was doing, but my aim was to get into a full-time band 5 role at from for the starters, and then maybe depending upon my situation, I can go a bit more. higher.
What were people telling you about the job market, about what's going on right now in the healthcare system?
So what I have been hearing from people since last 1 year was the market is really crashing. It is really difficult for some reason. I have heard a lot of things regarding the physio job market. But when I actually met you, and when I got into the course, when I attended the first masterclass lecture, what you said was, it is not impossible to land on a job, even if no matter what the circumstances are, they always need a physio. And that is something that caught me, that if there is a vacancy, if there is an opportunity, just grab it. Why to think on it again and again?
Hmm.
So I have been hearing two different sides, and I always went for a positive side, which came from you, your masterclass, your training sessions, and obviously your positivity towards us. That every single time that you kept a note on the events and the community programs that we have. I think I messaged you once regarding something, and then it was more into like uh, positive response. So uh, that really that really motivated me, that okay, now with this course, with this training, I am going to land on a job no matter what the circumstances are.
And I think here your skills played a bigger part, because when a physio graduates or they do clinical training, they are trained on clinical side. What was different when you enrolled into the courses that you would think that top skill that helped you land in a job in 4 weeks?
Honestly, I was a bit of in underconfidence and always underestimated myself. But with your community and with your like support and guidance, I literally had everything. The one thing that I would really want to like tell you and to all of the people, that I have been meaning to tell, I used to do every CPD program, no matter what relevance it brings to my MSK profile or sports profile, either it's asthma or diabetes or anything. What you said on one call is, it's okay to do the CPDs and it's okay to do everything, but the relevance is really important. Always do that. And you have focused not only on the personal profiles, that is the CPD training and everything, but also the other bits and pieces that comes along with it, such as uh, giving uh, giving advice on personal applications on NHS, and even on the private ones, giving all the CV templates that actually helped me a lot. And of course, there was a bit part where you said that you have to upload the elevator pitch where you can feel confident in front of camera. Uh, it was again amazing, because first time when I started recording, I was a bit in delusional that, oh, I might not be looking good, I might not be sounding good. But again, with that kind of exercises, really helps to build the confidence. And this is where you came into the picture and you showed us what is right and what we can do in that kind of circumstance. So if I have to like a bit sum up, clinical aspect is really important to get a physio job, but the non-clinical is more important, because it is the first part what the recruiters will see for how your approaching is, how your communication is, and that's where the whole course actually focuses on, because it grinds you to your thinking and it gets you out of your comfort zone, and that is what is necessary to land on a job. I mean,
Ruthvi, there is one more thing that you mentioned to me when you called me. And when you said that I've been successful, and you said something about sitting in a room in front of a screen and applying for jobs. So I say so many things in like the 90 minutes, 2 hours call. But you caught that one line which was very important for you, and that's what changed everything for you.
Definitely. So that is really, really, really something that I have never done in 1 year. Literally never done in 1 year. So, after every call and every meeting, I used to write the bullet points of what you have said. For example, this thing, networking. You said sitting in a one room, giving hundreds and thousands of applications and not networking might be or might not land onto a job. That's when it hit me. And what I did was I applied to certain jobs, for example, XYZ, and I not only have applied, but also personally messaged them on LinkedIn. So, obviously, I have emailed them for the follow ups and everything, but the personal connecting with the LinkedIn, because they are really active on LinkedIn, I did that as well. For example, there's a company, a private company growing in London where I live. um, I have been approached them couple of times, and they have been rejecting me for and other reasons. I got this job somewhere else, and within a day, I don't know what happened. It could be my LinkedIn profile, it could be my CV. The person messaged me, "Hey, Rutvi, are you still available to work for me?" And it was like literally near to my place here. And I was shocked when I saw her message, and she is really sweet. She's amazing person. That's when I decided that on the same day I'm going to call Priya and I'm going to explain how your one line that actually helped me to get through everything. Sometimes it's really uh it depends upon situation, but sometimes it's really easy to focus on the self reflection and then just to imply it. So what I did was, as soon as your session was over, I decided to go for the networking thing, focusing on self reflection and applying it immediately. That has really a good picture and a top notch skill that I have gained from this.
Excellent. So what you just said is that I give everyone everything that I have. Like there's a step by step process. You do this step, then you do this step, then you do this step. However, what is more important in all those steps and in the calls that you attend is that you have to take action. If you listen to me or sit in my call as though you're watching a Netflix series and you enjoy and you get motivated and you go back and you do nothing. If you do nothing, nothing will change for you. You've got to come up with a solution. Okay, this is what she said. I can do these many things tonight or tomorrow morning. Do those things, and that's what will get you to where you have to be. Because when I say I'm giving you a proven system, I know it works unless you take action. So, wear that badge of honor, Ruthvi. You took all the actions that you were meant to take. That's what got you from struggling to successful. No point coming to hundreds of free physio career masterclasses and not taking that action when it comes to decision making during the call. You know how many people step up and say, "Yes, Priya, I need your help." And you know how many people think, "Thank you so much, Priya. Bye." And then they keep coming to every single masterclass. I have had physios who've come to my masterclasses since a year. Every single week they come to the call, they ask me the same question and they go back. I just felt instead of giving me your 90 minutes every week, you could have enrolled in the program and you would have been in a job right now and telling other people how it works. So, what was that bridge that helped you is taking action and the simple things that you think are simple, but they actually create a bigger impact. Networking, LinkedIn profile, updating your resume.
Yeah.
Okay, so one message to those people who are in that stage where they are not able to decide, they are struggling, they know they are struggling. How do they break through that struggle to decide what is best for them? What is that message that you would like to give them to go from struggling to successful? What should they do?
I have been saying this from my own experiences. We all think, even I, to be honest, it's not just you, it's just me as well. We all think that we don't need help. After giving thousands of applications, I will definitely land on a job. But with those thousands of applications, there is one other scale which is going up, and that is your time. What I personally think is, the course is something that is really helpful, that will make your confidence high, because you are going to talk with a lot of people, different people from all the countries, obviously in English, as you are coming to UK and you are going to practice in UK. And even if it's all about that, um you will you will get to know a lot of things. I never knew anything about NHS except that it I have to apply on track jobs, and that's when I get a job. But when I started reading messages on our group, there's a group for the community as well, to make sure the people are connected, which is again it's something I really liked. Uh, I got to know a lot of things about NHS which I never knew. I have been talking with a lot of people from the community as well, because they are very nice and they are approachable as well. Uh, this is something that will help you with your non-clinical skills, which are soft skills, and it is really, really, really important to have and build the kind of skills which are needed for the job market as well. Um, and uh, if I say, as soon as you start the course, start applying to every step or every self reflection that you don't have in your profile immediately the very next day, and you will definitely get you will definitely know the results of it 1000%. In a way that I cross my heart and I say this. When I say this, um uh, I spoke with two or three people in the community, and they were like really talking about my job and everything, and I openly said them and told them everything they wanted to know. So that's how you build a connection. I learn from my mistakes, and I always, when I communicate with them, I always share my mistakes to them, and that's how they don't repeat it. So you don't meet people of oftenly, like from different culture in a one place. So again, this is something that this course and this training, even the community, will really help you to get to every step you need a bit closer, and it will help you to build a good dynamic picture of yourself so that you can get into your professional role. So there are a couple of points that helped me to get into my job within like literally 4 weeks, which seemed like impossible for me. But yes, and that has happened because of obviously you, Priya, because we always think it is as simple as that. And it's okay if we don't do this, but as you correctly said, it will create a lot of impact on your profile. And if you want to uplift, be confident, never undermine yourself, and always, always, always learn from your mistakes. And even it's not mistake from other people, but always learn from what others have done in a right or wrong way. And obviously attend the trainings and everything, and then apply it immediately, because that will help you to boost not only your clinical skill which you have, but also obviously the non-clinical part, which is, I believe, extremely important for any job you get, like.
So you said two important things here. Number one, community. Those people who love community, who love to be surrounded by people who empower them. It's all about those people who say you can do it. Let's do it together. It's not about there are no jobs outside. There are no sponsorships. Are you crazy? I've been trying for like 100 years, and how can you get a job? I'm still struggling. Look at my CPD. In this community, there is one thing: support. And we have moved away from scarcity to abundance. We know there is a lot for everyone out there. You just need that mindset. That's what we focus on. So, just to summarize community aspect, you are the reflection of top 5 people you spend time with. You spend time with positive people, you'll have positive outcomes. You spend time with negative people, you know the outcome, right? Second thing that you said was take action. And what was take action? What you said is, even though it sounds really simple and silly, but unless you do those simple things, they will not pile up to become the big outcome that you want. Small steps taken consistently will result into bigger outcomes. That's it, as simple as that. People will say, I've got LinkedIn. Perfect. Is it up to date? Oh, it is up to date. And I have seen profiles. I know how up to date they are, right? So, rightly pointed out two important things: it's action and community. Finally, after going through this process, is there any belief that you have built for yourself that you would like to share with us?
I have said this to one of my friends as well, and now I'm going to share it with you, Priya, and with other people as well. Um, I have actually read somewhere, and like 3 months before, that I read this line saying that 90 days will really help you to get somewhere if you stop quitting on yourself. And I always have this benchmark of 90-day frame, but I never again applied. I never really got into that zone. I was always in my comfort zone, sitting, applying, and doing the normal work I do. But the belief in the system, the course you will be doing, the belief in someone who is actually trying to help you and guide you. And it's always a two-way street. So if I sit there and if I sit normally like this, saying, oh, this thing might or might not be able to help me, but always believe on what an experienced and top-notch person who has structured something for your betterment says to you. Because to be very honest, Priya, thank you. I have always believed in you, that you have helped me. You honestly helped me a lot for the course, throughout the course. And uh, this is something that I would really want to like sum it up, that it's not just the positivity that comes within from yourself, but as you said, when you connect with the right people, they motivate you. And I have seen my LinkedIn DM box, um, which was again filled with messages of other colleagues, CEOs, employers, everything, because of you, and which seemed impossible like before a month. So, this is something I personally will say, that believe in yourself, be confident, believe in the course, the training, and every single step. And obviously,
Thank you so much, Ritvi. Very well summarized. It's the belief in yourself that is required. What I share with those 100 plus physios, unless they start believing in themselves that yes, this is possible for me, things will not change. I am the same person. I'm giving you everything. Everyone is getting everything that you have got. But somebody who says, I believe in myself, will get to where you are today. Thank you so much for spending your time with us and sharing your success story so honestly and making sure other people benefit with your success story. That is more important. Giving back is what we believe in. And you have rightly done that in this particular success story. Thank you so much, Rutvi. Thanks a lot for joining us.
thank you for having me. Thank you, Priya. It was great seeing you today.